What's up, everybody? This is Hannibal Sky doing my last starter's guide for Mass Effect 2 on the Xbox 360 for NextGenWalkthroughs.com. This one I'm going to talk a little bit about another reason why Grunt is a good character to use. Then I'm going to talk a lot about how to get the right end game and choosing Paragon and loyalty or Paragon and Renegade stuff. Here I'm going to show you Grunt is good to set out front if you're playing against husks or robots sometimes. Use your little left or right D-pad button, whichever one. His picture's on the right now on the bottom of my screen, so he's the right D-pad button. Set him out in front in the open, not in cover, because he'll do this bull charge like he just did to that robot if people get too close and piss him off. Against husks, if he touches them, he destroys them when he does that. And if you have his loyalty power, it's fortification. So if he starts, getting hit down there, and you see his shield goes away, you can hit that fortification power, and he can stand there even longer. And while he's keeping them occupied, you can stand back there and pick them off. And now I'm going to talk about kind of the in-game stuff. Make sure in the very beginning of the game, I know I've said this, choose a Paragon or Renegade. Don't do both, because you really need to max it out, and you can't do both in this game. There is a couple of points where you have to solve a dispute between two of your characters, and if you don't have enough Paragon or Renegade, you can't solve the dispute, and one of the two, whichever one you don't side with, becomes unloyal to you. And if someone's unloyal in the end of the game, they're pretty much going to die. So make sure that everyone is loyal at the end of the game. In order to do that, there's a fight between Miranda and Jack. After you do both of their loyalty missions, you're immediately called in to their fight. There's no saving after the second mission. So make sure you're ready as soon as that second loyalty mission is over. Save before you go do that second loyalty mission in case you don't get it. So you can go back, do some other stuff, get some more Paragon or Renegade, and try it again. And a lot of people say you should wait to the very end of the game to do those two fight, but actually the longer you wait to do it, the more Paragon or Renegade is required to get it. So if you do it earlier, you can get it easier and go ahead and get it out of the way. There's also a fight between the character Legion, which you pick up during the IFF mission, so it's at the very end of the game, between him and Tali. But since it's very end of the game, you should have plenty of Paragon and Renegade. Also, Samara's loyalty mission requires you to have pretty much 100% Paragon or Renegade, one or the other, in order to get the full options, to get everything you can do in that mission. Now, as far as the end game, before you do the IFF mission, make sure that you have every single character in the game except for one, because you pick up one of them, your last one, during the IFF. Make sure that you've done every single side mission, and there's lists of planets with all of the side missions online. Look for those so you don't waste your time scanning every single planet, try to find them, because it's important to get those, because there's research upgrades for armors and weapons on those that you can't find anywhere else, and that's obviously going to help you in the end of the game. So make sure to do those. Once you've done every side mission, you've bought all the upgrades you want to get, you've done all the planet scanning you need to do, all your characters are loyal, then so there's nothing else to do aside from the IFF. That's when you do the IFF mission. So you select that, you go to the IFF, you pick up Legion. Once you're back on the ship, go downstairs to the third, or down the elevator to the third floor. He's in the AI core, which is behind the med bay. Talk to him, try to get his loyalty power. It's the sniper rifle you see me using in this one. It's the most powerful sniper rifle. If you can't get it, you can get it after the loyalty mission. It's a research you have to do. But get his loyalty mission queued up, go do it, and as soon as his loyalty mission is over, that's when you're going to get the fight between him and Tali. Solve that one, and do any kind of last-minute researches on the ship, or talking to anybody you want to do, because next time you do the map, it's going to trigger an event. I won't spoil it, but it triggers an event right there, and that's pretty much going to lead you to the end of the game. As soon as you get control again of the dialogue, go ahead and say, yes, let's go after them, let's go into the Omega-4 relay. If you wait and go do other things, it'll change the end game, people will start to die. So you don't want that. You don't want to have gotten this far, wasted this many hours, then have people die because you went and did some planet scanning or did another mission. Now, once you're actually on the final mission, it's going to start making you choose specialists. The first one will make you choose, I think, is the tech specialist to go into the pipeline to hack a door. Make sure to choose either Legion or Tally. They're the only ones that won't die doing that mission. Then it'll say choose a leader of the second team. Always choose Garrus or Jacob. Miranda can do it too, but you always want her in her party, like I talked about in your party. So those two are the only two that can actually lead the party and not die, from what I understand. Then there will be choose a biotic specialist is one of the next ones that you have to choose after a little section. You have to either choose Samara or Jack. They're the only two that won't die. You have to choose someone to escort a party of people back to the ship. I've chosen Thane and been successful, and I've chosen Zaid, which if you don't have Zaid, pretty much you have to use Thane. There's probably some other ones that'll work for that one, but those are the only two I've tried and know for sure it'll work. And again, they'll ask you for a leader of the second team. Make sure you choose Garrus or Jacob, and that should pretty much take you to the end of the game. And as long as you're loyal, or all your people were loyal to you when you started that mission, everyone should live. And you have to have done every single Normandy upgrade, or you'll have people dying in the cutscenes. So that's kind of the basic overview of how to get the correct end game after you've done all the fighting, done all the missions in this one. With a game like this, it doesn't really explain that that's going to happen to you, and it's a pain in the ass if you do all these missions and end up dying because you didn't do one little thing that you didn't realize was so important. Here I send Grunt all the way in there, and he lives through all these guys. There he goes, the bull charge again, runs through that guy, and a normal character, any other character would have died up there, but he's regenerating 55 health per second. He's got a huge amount of health and armor, and lives like in the middle of the fight down there on Insanity. So yeah, definitely a good character to have in your battle. But yeah, I think that's about it. You don't have to, like, once you get your Paragon Renegade leveled up, and if you carried over a character from the first game, you'll get a Paragon or Renegade boost, depending on if your character was a Paragon or Renegade in the first game. And on my second and third playthroughs of this game, I got 100% Paragon before the end of the game, like well before it, so I could start doing some Renegade stuff just for fun. Like doing the right trigger interrupt just to see what happens on a couple of scenes. It doesn't hurt anything to do those. Just make sure you get the full Paragon or Renegade before you start doing the other one. Because both sides are pretty fun to see how they play out differently. But yeah, that about does it for my voiceovers on these intro starter guides. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Put some comments on the videos. Let me know what you guys think of them. If you have any questions about something I didn't explain well enough, let me know, and I'll follow up with you and see if I can help a little bit more. And hope these helped. Hope you guys can now, after watching these guides, jump into the game, know what you're doing, and be able to have some fun with it. It's a great game. I played it through a few times. I'm going to play it a few more after I take some time off, because I've played this game just a ton. But yeah, I hope you guys liked them, and I'll see you on the next guide I do.